Hi guys, so it's Shamila here from Miller Med Talks. So I'm going to do another clip for you guys, and it's on a really fun topic. So if you want to get creative, grab some pens, grab some highlighters and some plain paper. So this one is all about goal setting. So why do we do goal setting and goal planning? So a lot of people come up to me and say, Shamila, how do you manage to juggle so many different aspects of your life and achieve your goals? So obviously being a pharmacist, working basically full-time at the moment, studying medicine online, still making sure I maintain a lot of my relationships and friendships, making sure I set aside time for a bit of fun as well. And how do I manage to balance all of this? Well, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is have a bit of a plan. Now, having a plan doesn't mean you need to stick to it all the time. It just gives you a bit of a rough basis to work from. So I'm going to go through how I do it, and then if you guys want to take some tips away from it and implement some strategies, then maybe you guys will also be on track to reach some goals that you want. So what I do, a lot of my stationery is KKK, so they have a lot of different planners available. Some may be suitable for you, some may not be. For me, I've found a few that they do every year that they're just my go-tos. So this one here is my daily list. Now I do wind these up almost every day. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I might skip a couple of days, but that's okay because I know I'm going to go back to it. So I do my today list. I list out my priorities. I list out the major things for tomorrow and a little category called wild ideas because it's nice to keep things a little bit mixed up sometimes. So that's my daily planner. Okay, so that's from little things like, make sure you pay the phone bill, make sure you pay a particular fine, make sure you, whatever those little menial tasks are that sometimes can slip away from you, at least you're held accountable. So when you do it, you then cross it off so that you're not going to miss it or call whoever. So you make sure that you actually do those things that you say that you've committed to. The next one I like to go for is my weekly planner. So this gives you a broader outlook on what you have to do for the week. So this allows you to time manage more effectively. Okay, so if you know that obviously you've got a really big day on Wednesday, then I guess you can plan your other days to cater for that really big day. Now, what I really like on the weekly planner is it also gives a few subsections on key things that you want to focus on. So in a week, my week runs from a Monday through to a Sunday. There are a lot of things that I want to achieve in that week. So here, when it says my top 3 things I'm focusing on, I'll usually put them there. Okay. Now, obviously, in a 7-day time period, you need to be realistic. So I usually work off SMART goals. So specific, measurable, attainable, reliable. Sorry, did I do? So S, specific, M, measurable, A, attainable, R, reliable, and T, timely fashion. So you need to stick to realistic goals. So in a week, you can't say something like purchase 10 investment properties. That is unrealistic. You're not going to reach it, and then you're going to feel a bit negative about it. So make sure you keep it realistic. So that's my weekly. And then this is my monthly. So obviously I'm not sharing with you guys my personal ones because they can be quite personal. I'm just showing you the templates that I use. So every month I'll do one of these, so it helps me look at things in a monthly view. What I'll then usually do as well, I make my own template for this one, is I do a quarterly. So this breaks the year into a quarter. So every quarter of a year, what do I want to achieve? And then if I have it, I usually have it on my pin board. I can see what I want to achieve in that quarter. So obviously that gives me a 3-month span to achieve that quarterly goal. And then if you're feeling a little bit more ambitious, you can do yearly. Now that's a fun one. So then you can really reflect back on the year and see if you're on the right track. Now, like I said before, you can deviate away from the plan. Nothing ever goes to plan. And that's why life is just fantastic. But it's about making sure that you do have a goal to work towards. So these are how I usually like to separate my goals into career. So that's a very important one for me. So I have different goals for different aspects of my life. So in my career currently, there are a number of things I want to achieve. I've got things that I want to achieve in the next quarter. So that's to do with increasing my grades and increasing the time that I commit to my studying. I have things that I want to achieve in the year. So that's, doing more things around the university and getting a bit more involved. And then I also have, my 5-yearly career goal. And also that career goal actually goes up to a 14-year plan, because that's as far as I'm looking at my career thus far. Yes, to where I want to get to. My financial goals, I usually try and do this on a weekly basis. So that works really well for me, but obviously everyone's in a different position, different jobs, various different things happening in their lives. So you can obviously mold this to your particular situation. Fitness goals. Now this one here has been a bit neglected throughout COVID and sometimes throughout all the time, but this is one that I know within myself that I need to make a bit more realistic. So that's another a big one that I want to focus on this month, well, in the next 30 days. Relationships. So this is talking about not only your relationships that you may have with your partner, if you have a partner, or I'm also talking about relationships in terms of relationships with your family, relationships with your friends, relationships with your colleagues, your co-workers. So what do you want to do? Do you want to build relationships with particular people? I usually look at my surroundings and I go, is this the vibe that I really want to be hanging out with? If I don't, then I go, well, where can I execute a bit more of my time into building a particular relationship that's going to have a positive effect? Okay, so that's a really, really big one. Self-love. This is an important one as well. So make sure you look after yourself. Put some time aside to either meditate, read a book, watch some Netflix, have a wine, whatever it is that makes you content. Make sure you allocate some time for that. Now, these are the categories I usually use, and I usually use a highlighter on my monthly planner to space this out. So let's say, so I have a financial goal of saving X amount, or I have a financial goal of purchasing X amount of shares on the ASX this month. I will allocate a color to financial. It might be orange. And then everything that is related to finances will be an orange. So career, whether you're a university student, whether you're working, for me, my career is tied into currently being a pharmacist and a medical student, because obviously being a pharmacist is enhancing my career and helping me achieve my goals towards becoming a doctor, to then becoming a surgeon, and so on and so forth. So see how your goals are sort of like a snowball effect. And usually you want that snowball to go in the right direction. If you don't have a goal set out, it's very, very easy for that snowball to melt. So you really want to keep that momentum going. So anyway, that's a little bit on goal planning. So like I said, my templates from Kiki K, used them for many, many years, absolutely love them. But there are a lot of free printable PDF ones, PDF files that you can get off the internet. Alternatively, a piece of cardboard, a piece of A4 paper, a nice big cork board, anything goes. As long as you can visualize it and see it there, you're usually, I'd say the percentage for me, I'm 70% more likely to achieve my goals if I have them set out and I know where I want to go. If I don't know where I want to drive to, I can't necessarily get there. Okay, so there you go, guys. For me, goals planning equals success.